Matter of fact, one of the most practical things you can do in a marriage, I'm going to give some tidbits. Now, marriage today is complicated if you want to achieve the goals we all expect to have, and we get disappointed and we get divorced because we can't achieve what we feel in our hearts is possible. And it is possible, but nobody is showing us the way to do it. And we have to learn how to do it. And for everybody's going to be a little different. There's no exact right way. But with new insight and understanding, we find the best way for us. And what I know is some biological facts that if a woman to feel love and attraction for a man, this is biological facts. If you're missing a penis, then you have a biological difference from a man. And that biological difference means that for you to experience well-being in a month, for 5 days, your estrogen levels need to be 20 times higher than his. That's biology. And for a man to experience happiness and well-being in a marriage, his testosterone needs to be at least 30 to 50 times higher than yours. Now, mine's about 100 times higher than my wife's most of the time. Average men in America, everything is changing dramatically due to the toxicity in the food that we're eating. That's why. Toxicity in the food you're eating. We're eating, any of that fast food will kill you. To make those hamburgers and those chickens, they give hormones to the animals, just like taking female hormones. So when you eat those foods, if they're not hormone-free, guess what? You're taking female hormones. Female hormones lower a man's testosterone levels. GMOs, pesticides, which are rampant in all packaged foods, corn syrup, all that stuff that we hear is bad for us. What you're learning today is it all binds with estrogen receptor sites and tells a man's brain that you've got too much estrogen, so lower your testosterone. You would think that if a man got the message I got too much estrogen, that his testosterone would come up to balance, but no, it doesn't. That's a biological fact. When estrogen goes up, testosterone goes down. Interest in sex goes down with the person who generated the estrogen. That's why after sex, men fall asleep, or they slowly try to get away. Because touching you, connecting with you, creates estrogen, and estrogen lowers his testosterone. And when testosterone goes down in men, they lose their feelings of aliveness. If you look biologically, now let's look a little health stuff, because I know there's some men in this room that are actually taking Lipitor, for example, because doctor told them that they had high cholesterol. Oh my God, how do you make testosterone out of cholesterol? And you're taking a drug to inhibit cholesterol production in your body. It's the worst thing you can do. And finally, the FDA says this may cause dementia. I've seen it for 20 years. I've watched people go once they do it. Their brain just stops working the way it used to. It inhibits cholesterol. Cholesterol is necessary for brain function. LDL, you heard LDL, it's a bad cholesterol, right? No, LDL carries everything through your bloodstream. You need that. You just need the right balance of LDL and HDL. Look at the balance, not the amount. There's nobody alive in Europe where they don't have as much Lipitor. If you look at anybody who lives beyond 70, their cholesterol levels are above 200, between 200 and 250. Don't be worried. This is all propaganda. There's no evidence that high cholesterol in that range that I just talked about ever contributed to a heart attack. Half the men with heart attacks have high cholesterol. Half the men with heart attacks have low cholesterol. What does that mean? Cholesterol doesn't cause it. Cholesterol is just something that shows up at the crime. Where you have plaque, it's made out of calcium and cholesterol. So that we say calcium's bad for you? Actually, it is. I could get to that as well. There's so much to get to, so I got 20 books on this stuff. But basically, I got to say that for the men who are on the Lipitor. Your testosterone is just tanking. Now, guess what happens? Every man who has a heart attack, his testosterone levels are low. That's the one consistent thing with every heart attack. Not plaque in your veins. So many people die at 100 with huge amount of plaque in their veins. Arteriosclerosis like crazy. They just create angiogenesis and the blood goes around all the blockage and so forth. That's not it. It's low testosterone. Now, nobody's going to say low testosterone causes heart attacks. We just know that always low testosterone is at the scene of the crime.